Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to another mcoc video. I'm your host, the Omega Tryhard, and today I'm going to show you how to fight Korg. So let's jump into it. So, Korg, he is pretty unanimously one of the most annoying people to fight in all of the contest. He goes unblockable, he goes unstoppable, you can't do a lot of damage to him. He reflects damage to you. He's just a very, very hard champion for a lot of people to fight, especially if you're new to the game and you don't have the base mechanics of like intercepting and stuff like that down on most characters. It can be very, very, very troublesome. If you don't have specific counters to bypass his abilities, so if you're using somebody, if you don't have somebody to use like a duped Namor or a Gambit or Ghost, somebody that can get around his signature ability, because that's what does the reflect damage, it can be very troublesome. But in theory, he can be fought with any character. You just have to know how his kit works and understand his animations and stuff like that. So let's just do a very brief overview of what his abilities all do. So like I just mentioned, his signature ability is what does the reflect damage. Right now, it doesn't look like it's a lot. It's only showing at 38 damage, but this is a Sig 1 rank 3 character. So when you're in story quest, variant, whatever, where the stats are inflated, he's a 6-star rank, whatever, Sig 200. Like, this damage can get out of sane every time you hit them with a medium, heavy, or special attack while his rock charges are up. So you want to make sure that you get them off so that you don't have to deal with this. If you're using a certain pool of champions, you can just flat out ignore his signature ability because they don't take that damage back. I'll go over those at the end and why they're so good against him. But yeah. Another thing that you want to be careful about is while his rock shield charges are active, he can shrug off debuffs, so you can't parry him. You can, but most likely he's going to shrug them off and gain additional rock charges. So you kind of want to just make sure that you space out the fight and then intercept him when he tries to come in to get those charges off before you can really do damage and really fight more comfortably. So the way that you get those rock charges off are by intercepting with light attacks or just like hitting him. So you can hit into him with a heavy attack, medium attack, or whatever, and it will reduce those rock charges. However, you will take that damage if you're not using that specific pool of champions. So ideally what you want to do is intercept with a light attack, because not only will you not take any of that reflect damage, you'll remove an additional charge when you intercept with light attacks. So you can see all that information right here. If you want to pause the video and read through that, feel free. If you want to go to Aunt May and read through that, feel free. But yeah, so that's how you get rid of them. If you also want to just get rid of all of them, you can save up till a special 3, immediately launch it, and it'll completely get rid of all his charges and put it back on cooldown. Every time that his charges go back on cooldown, their amount goes down by 1. So he starts off with 9, and then if you get all of those off, the next time it comes off cooldown would be 8, and so on and so forth. So in longer fights, you can really mitigate the damage that you take and really mitigate the risk that there is fighting him, because every time those rock charges go lower and lower and lower and lower. The other thing that you want to be careful about is his crowd excitement. So every time you hit into his block, every time you dex one of his basic attacks, he gains something called crowd excitement. If you do an evade, he gains 3. If you hit into his block, he gains 1 per hit. Above 6, every time he gains 1, he goes unblockable and unstoppable passively, so you can't nullify it. You can slow it. However, due to his signature ability, if he's if he still has the rock charges up, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. If he still has his rock charges up, he can shrug off the slow. And for the most part, actually, no, never mind. I was going to say for the most part, slow characters are science, but there's actually a good amount now that aren't, like Stealth Spidey, Sorcerer Supreme. So there are characters that you can use that slow ability from, but you want to make sure that you at least get through one cycle of rock charges so that you can place that without him shrugging them off. But this is the other really big thing that makes it really hard to play against him, because if he traps you in a corner, he just continuously goes unblockable and unstoppable, and it's really hard to manage, especially for newer players, because you start panicking. The other thing is his special 1 is unblockable as long as he has at least one crowd excitement. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into a duel now to show you what all of this actually looks like in a fight. So let's go ahead and we're just going to go home. I'm going to go here, search. I already did one duel just to make sure I got the, the timings and stuff right. But yeah, so I'm just going to go in with Voodoo. So right off the bat, I'm going to try and parry him to show you his shrug off, how he can... Oh, actually there you saw him gain the 3 charges, and then there you saw him, I parried him, and he immediately shrugs it off and gains more charges. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the end of the screen, and then when he dashes in, I'm going to tap the screen and intercept him. 1, 2, 3, dash out. So that's how you intercept him. You don't typically want to get stuck in the corner like this. If you are, you can just throw a special attack. You're going to take the reflect damage. Alright, now let's try and get him to do his special attack. Sorry, I'm going to stop talking while I do this, and I'll try and do like a playback after. Alright, so this is what I mean when you get stuck in the corner and it can get really messy. So let's just go ahead and keep doing this. 1, 2, 3, and typically most people will be dead. So let's just try and win this one here. I'm gonna wait for him to dash in. Nope. Okay, cool. So what went wrong there? Again, I got stuck in the corner. He starts gaining all those crowd excitements and he loses it. You can't block because he's unblockable. You can't really keep dashing because then he keeps gaining more and more of those crowd excitements, and that unblockable and unstoppable just keeps going. Keeps going and going and going and going and going. So that is exactly what you don't want to happen. His special 1, the timings are really weird because they're earlier or they're later than you would think they would. So the way that you evade his special 1 is you have to dash back as his foot is coming down. The way most people think is that as his foot lands, then he starts shooting. But for you to actually be able to dex all 3 of the bullets, you have to dash back while his foot is coming down, so that you're dashing back that first bullet when it first hits, and then you can continuously go. Otherwise, you'll evade the first hit, but then you'll get hit by the second ones. So now that we know how not to do that fight, let's go ahead and actually try to win this fight. So I'm going to stop talking and try and actually win this, because even though I know how to fight it, it's still a pretty hard fight. So I'm just going to hold block, bait his heavy so I can space myself, and then 1, 2, 3, back off, 1, 2, 3, back off, 1, 2, 3, and then now that his charges are off, we're good. So let's see if I can get him to, there we go. Throw your special, 1, 1, 2, oh damn it, I did it too early. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take the recoil damage, which is okay. Let's just throw this special. Let's get him to throw another one so I can evade it. Oh dang, I power drained him. That's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, Dang, that power drain lasts forever. Alright, well that kind of threw it off because Voodoo's power drain couldn't let him get to a special 1 again, which I mean I guess is good if you have Voodoo and you want to use him to counter Korg, especially because his light attack has a pretty long range, so it's a little bit easier on the timing. But yeah, I was too focused on trying to evade the special 1. I didn't realize that he got under the special 1 and I still slipped up there. But that's essentially how you want to do it. So let's see if we can use a different character. So I'm going to go Korg. And let's try picking somebody that has a lower light attack range. So this is going to be a lot harder. Again, just hold block, bait his heavy attack so that I can space out across the screen. Okay, now wait for him to come in. 1, 2, 3. 1, oh, dang it, too low. 1, 2, 3, dash back. 1, dang it, it's too slow. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, this is not going too well. But as you can see, his damage isn't too high, so it's not that big of a deal. So if you do ever slip up, you can typically take a couple hits. Just because his damage isn't really high, it's just that when you get trapped, you're trapped in that corner, you're taking multiple hits at once. Here I'm going to show you how I get rid of all his charges with that special 3. So now I can just parry him and attack into him like normal. Why did I only do 4 hits there? That was weird. Okay. One, 2, 3. Wait for him to dash in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that's there. So again, you can see the different animations for the light attacks really make a difference. So you have to be very comfortable with your characters to be able to know those spacings and timings. Yeah, let's actually do one more. I'm going to use a different character, and we'll see if I can just learn it on the fly. I'm going to use Rocket. I don't really use Rocket. And he has a really short reach too, so I think this would be a good matchup to show. So space, light, 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 dash back, bait heavy attack to get space again. When he dashes in, light, light, nope. Light, 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 dash back, light, nope. Too low. Just block it because it's not unblockable, because he has to have more than 1 crowd excitement. See, this is where you get into some trouble because it's stuck in the corner, but after that, it's just a normal fight. Let's just try and finish this off with an intercept again. Nope. Ooh. Okay, that didn't go too well. But as you can see, I could have won that fight, but I tried to style on him and kill him with an intercept. So we're going to try another character. Let's just pick one at random. Let's go Psylocke. Again, I'm just trying to use a bunch of different characters to show you that you can still play around him, even though it is still pretty hard, and you have to know the character's animations. There you go. Now let's try and get the heavy. 1, 2, 3. If you saw there, I started dashing back as he... Oof, I forgot they came up. 1, 2, 3. Wait for him to dash in. Light, light, light. Dash back. Light. Oh, got caught. Light, light, light. Bam, bam. Special attack. No reflect damage. Oof, that was very close. Forgot about his power for a second. Alright, space. Light, light. Nope. Bait out heavy. Respace. 1, 2. Nope, he dashed back. Let's reset again. 1, 2. Damn, too early. Alright, we're just going to throw the special 3 because that can reset your charges. Or reset his rock charges. And it also gains you some space on the field. So now we just play the fight like normal. Okay, be mindful that his charges are about to come back up. And there you go. Again, you just have to know the character's animations so that you know when to tap your screen. So characters like Psylocke and Voodoo, for their light attacks, they use their weapon. So it has a little bit of a longer range, whereas Rocket and Emma Frost, they're smaller characters and their hitboxes are very small. So their light attacks are very close to them. So you have to delay the light attack. Just knowing those spacings are very important. But once you understand those those animations on the characters that you play, it's a pretty simple fight. It's just some trial and error. You have to learn on the fly and read his reactions and know when to adjust, when to go in, when to hold block, and most importantly, just know when not to panic. If you guys have any more questions, any other fights that you want to see in the future, feel free to drop those in the comments below. I'm going to be trying to do probably 4 to 5 Marvel videos a week. mcoc videos a week, because I'm trying to go full force on this. I really like the game and I really want to help people out, because I feel like if people understood how to do these fights and stuff like that, they would enjoy it a lot more. And yeah, I just want to help people. So appreciate you guys for watching. Again, if you have any requests, leave them in the comments below. Hit the like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more in the future, but I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Alright, yo, what's up guys? I'm sorry, I forgot in the initial video to post the counters. So, counters for Korg are, again, characters, like I mentioned, that can ignore the reflect damage. So characters like Namor and Gambit, characters that like Ghost that can get easy intercepts, where she can just phase the initial medium attack when he dashes in and then hit a light attack. Something I learned in this video while doing it is I think characters that have weapons would be really good, because typically they use their weapons for their light attacks especially. So characters like Voodoo, Gwenpool, Psylocke, characters like that have the weapons where they have a little bit of an extended range, so there's more of a buffer on those light attacks. Let's go ahead and just do a quick scan through characters like I was gonna say characters like Domino, where they have multiple hits, but I think most of her multiple hits come from her medium attacks. So I'm going to backtrack that just a little bit. Energy attacks. So characters that do energy attacks instead of instead of normal basic physical hits. So characters like Sorcerer Supreme, Human Torch. Who else? Magneto should be able to get through it. Characters that don't make contact on their medium hits or anything like that. So characters like, I actually think Domino might be able to counter it. Elsa Bloodstone, I think, does. Again, I'm not 100% sure. It just takes some going back and forth and trial and error and just making sure. But yeah, for sure, characters like Korg, Ghost, Gambit are probably your 3 top. After that, Human Torch, especially with his pre-fight ability, Sorcerer Supreme. There's are probably the tier 2 options. And then after that, any character with a weapon that has an extended light attack range. But yeah, this is going to actually be it for the video. I will see you guys in the next video. Please stay safe. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.